Welcome to Nomdagazana, episode number 7. Today we are speaking to Upuselenzo, who's originally from Limpopo but currently is residing in Soweto. So she has been recently diagnosed with major depressive disorder and borderline personality disorder. So she'll be taking us through how it was, when she was diagnosed, and how everything is right now. So please stay tuned, and while you're still tuned, while you stay tuned, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you. Bye.
My name is Puseletso Makgoka. I'm originally from Limpopo. In 2018, I was diagnosed with MDD and BPD. MDD means major depressive disorder, and then BPD means borderline personality disorder.
Okay, so I'd just like to find out, when were you diagnosed with both? Like, when did you realize? The same year.
I was diagnosed with both of them the same year, but I had them years back. I didn't realize that I had them.
So if you were to think back, how long have you had it before you were diagnosed?
MDD when I was young, and then BPD I think during the course of high school.
Okay. So when you say when you were young, can you estimate when you were a teenager, or for as long as you can remember?
For as long as I can remember.
So what was happening to you? How did you feel?
I never felt loved, I can say that first. Friendship wise, I never had friends. Everybody was just against me. I didn't grow up in that environment. Everybody was just against me.
So do you think the reason why you never felt loved was because you were not loved, or it was the MDD happening to you?
It was a mental thing.
Mm.
It was a mental thing because I lived with my granny, and now I realize my granny did love me.
Okay.
Right? And then my mom was the side. And then you fight with your parents, you fight with the people you live. But me, I'll take it way more than I should. It'll be super emotional. Super emotionally involved. Even though it's not even supposed to go there. I'll take everything deeper than I should. That's way, I think the MDD, major depressive, I lived in my head
a lot.
I lived in my head a lot. That's how I got the MDD. And then when I was 10, and then I was raped, and I didn't tell anyone. That's when everything, I think that's when I started realizing a lot about myself, and I started being the quiet person that I was. And I was fighting everybody around me. I didn't have friends. I don't remember having friends.
So did you not have friends because people would come to you and you'd push them away, or you just didn't feel like you belong or anyone understands?
It was both. I pushed people away. There were people who forced to be my friends, and I pushed them away. And then sometimes when I tried to become friends with some people, I'd feel like I'm an outsider. I just feel like I'm not welcomed, or those sorts. And then I'll just move away from everybody.
Okay, and then I just want to find out, especially considering that this is a very sensitive topic. You mentioned being raped at the age of 10. Are you comfortable with me asking more questions regarding that?
Yeah,
Okay, so when it happened, did it happen when you were still in Limpopo, or were you this side?
No, I was still in.
Okay, and then how did it happen?
This one morning. So in Limpopo, I come from a village. Right?
Okay.
So the shops are in the middle of the village. So it's a distance, yeah, now going there. So my granny, it was a thing that I did Saturdays. My granny sent me to buy bread around 8, 9 there. I mean, the shops were empty, obviously. Not everybody wakes up in the morning to go to the shops. And then it was Somalians. But
Okay.
these white guys, not the ones from Soweto. These ones were white around the road. And then I went there to buy bread, but then the truck I bought was so big, right? And then I had to wait.
Okay.
As I was waiting, and then yeah, there was someone from the foreigner, the owner of the shop.
All right. So I just want to find out, when it happened, what was going through your head?
I didn't know what was happening. I was puzzled. I was, whew, no, because I remember he used to give me like the looks, because we used to go to the shop. That's like Banabamo Village, and then watch TV there at the shop. So he used to give me like sweets, mahala and stuff like that. But that day everything made sense to me only.
This is the reason why he was being super nice to me.
This is the reason why he was being super nice to me. And then I remember after he did everything, I remember the person who walked in the shop. I remember her perfectly, and she didn't understand what was happening, but she was like, "Wow, what are you doing here, Uliwan?" She just gave me that. I was like, "No, need to get a couple of water." And then the truck came, got a couple of water. I never told anyone, right? I never told anyone. I kept quiet. I think that's when everything started of me, like being super quiet, just being distant, always wanting to be alone. I only realize now when I'm grown, oh, okay, this is why I became this person.
Okay, and then I just want to find out, did this affect relationship on Alinyona with your grandmother? Like from the day you left that morning to go to the shops and you came back, did you come back as a different person, or did you try and maintain to be that person on Namutsebayan?
I tried, but she shouted at me. That's the thing. That I got angry at the fact that she shouted at me because I came back late, right? And I couldn't say why I came back late.
Yeah.
So in a way, I was like, it's sharp, fine. I let it be, but at the same time, I wanted to tell her that I was very skeptical and scared. So I never said anything, but I tried to maintain the same relationship and tried to be the same person, but I was too young to get him to understand myself.
And even what happened and everything.
Yeah, I was so young. But one thing I remember, when I was growing up in Limpopo, a lot of boys wanted me. That's when I didn't next to entertain anyone until I came this side.
Okay.
And then when I was 13, my grandmother died. 2013, I had to come this side. So I didn't have a relationship with my mom. I didn't have a relationship with my sister. I didn't have a relationship with my dad. Everything, I had to build everything from
at the age of 13.
Yeah, from scratch with them. And then a new environment, new everything. It was not nice. It's not nice.
When you say it was not nice, do you have one specific moment that you remember to this day that makes you say, it was actually just not nice because of this?
It was not nice because of my dad and my mom. They fought. They fought. My dad was a drunkard and my mom was loud.
Okay.
Right? My mom does not drink, she's just loud. So it was a thing of, okay, he really go room as the four of us. And my dad will just come back at the way and then fight and make noise. It was something that I was not used to. So it got to me also. Now, like it and I'm living with people that I didn't grow up with. I'm just basically just
trying to fit in and
fit in every way, fit in with my family and fit in Koskolo.
Okay.
So that was another thing.
So do you feel like when it comes to borderline personality disorder, you struggle a lot because of not having a relationship with your mother or not finding a place when you moved from Kolibobo after losing your grandmother who you spent your life with?
I feel like with the borderline personality disorder is basically a thing of I don't know my personality. So a lot of things shifted me from who I thought I was, and then I shifted from being this quiet person. Okay, fine, I was living with my granny, I was quiet, but I had people that I was used to sharp. But then when I came here, I was quiet. I got bullied in grade 8, and I had to shift from being quiet and knowing people from being quiet and having no one. You get what I'm saying? And then now it's a thing of you're being bullied here at school. You go back home. You have to now worry. Hey,
Parents are fighting.
Is my dad gonna come back drunk? Is my you get what I'm saying? And I'm not getting along with my sister. My sister is my sister, but she's whoever she is. So it was a thing of now my personalities are shifting. I don't know who I am, and I don't know where I'm gonna be in the next year or months, how everything's gonna just be around me. So that's where the borderline personality disorder comes from. And me not knowing my own personality affected me making friends, because I can be friends with you, I'm gonna act the same way you act, but if you're not around me, I don't know how to act, because now I'm used to acting like you. I don't know how to act when you're not around me, basically. So it was a thing of I did not know my personality when I was in high school. I was bullied in grade 8, I was bullied in grade 9 also. Yeah, the bullying stopped in grade 9.
Okay, and then just to go back a bit, with regards to your rape incident, did you ever tell anyone, like your family or a friend? So this is the first time you're talking about it?
No, it's not the first time. I told someone in 2019. That's when I told someone, but for my first time uttering the words out, like this thing happened to me in 2019.
And how did it feel? Because I'm assuming from only 10 to like 2019, you've been suppressing this after everything, after losing your grandmother, after coming back and trying to fit in with this family that you didn't grow up with. And now this first time that you have an opportunity to open up about this rape incident, you do it. How did that feel?
It felt comforting, because with the person that I was doing it, like the person I was talking to, they gave me the platform.
Okay.
They made it easier for me to say it. And it came randomly. We were just talking, and then he was like, have you ever been raped? And he said he was not expecting the answer that I gave him, and everything just went south after that. Like, oh, are you serious? And then now we just started having the conversation, and I was crying, but then it felt nice to like,
finally
share.
Be open.
Yeah, it felt nice to finally share that thing with somebody, and somebody who showed me that they were there. Like, I'm here for you. Nothing's gonna change by me knowing this and something like that. So it felt nice to actually share, like, oh dude, like this thing happened to me. And I started saying, well, 2018 it happened, okay, 2018 it happened twice.
Okay.
Again, 2018 it happened twice. And I shared that also. And that was the only person in my life that I've ever shared that with. The only person.
Okay. And then I just want to find out, looking at where you are right now and how far you've come, what would you advise someone that goes through what you went through regarding like rape? What would you advise that they wait until they are ready, or just speak out as soon as they can?
It just goes by who you are, I think. Yes, some people are not strong, or emotionally we are not strong. So it just depends on, are you able to sit down with it alone and let it be in your thoughts? Like, are you able to deal with it alone? And if you feel like you're not able to deal with it alone and it frustrates you, just find someone to talk to.
Okay, and then
you can't write it down.
All right. You mentioned it happened again in 2018. So I just want to find out, when it happened the second time and the third time, what was going through your head?
Yo, the second time, it was the weirdest thing because, yeah. I was fresh out of high school, getting gap year. I was trying to live the whole I'm not going to school playing life. And then this guy, it's weird that I met that guy. You know what I'm saying? I met him and then one share, like, he even parks his car. He gets out of his car he ran after me. I was like, okay, sharp. Here are my numbers. He walked away. And then we started meeting up. I was always free, obviously. Let's say school home. And this one time, I was bored and I was like, when you come back from work, you can come, we can chill. Around number 6, he came back around number 6. He was like, ice cream. I was like, yeah, sure. We went to Burger King. I got ice cream. We went to the park. We chilled. Mabeka Park. We went to Mabeka Park and then we chilled. Out of nowhere, it was my first time kitchen and I was here.
Okay.
My first time ever getting. We've always chilled during the day. So it was my first time kitchen and I was here, and it was a Saturday, I remember, because my sister was not playing. And then he just started beating me up and yeah.
Alright, so I just want to find out, Hori, did at any point when all these incidents were happening, blame yourself or feel like maybe there was something that you were doing? And why is that? Why do you think that was the case?
Because I didn't have anyone to talk to in the first place. And then all the incidents happened because I was there. And the first one, why in the first place would I be alone with a man in a shop?
Yeah, why didn't you go home and come back?
And the second time, why give a random guy you don't know your numbers? The third time, it was not my fault. I didn't feel like it was my fault. I didn't beat myself up. And the third time, I had already given up. That's when I was like, I know it, man. If this is gonna be my life, let it be my life. Yeah, that's when everything started to be a bit too much, dealing with life. Now you're grown, you're being a young adult, and then you don't know where your life is going, and mentally you're not okay. So it was those things, like I'm giving up basically. I gave up. 2018, I gave up on life.
And then, briefly, without getting into details with that time, what happened? Like, was it someone you met?
It was someone.
Strating or
Nah, I went to because I have a calling.
okay.
Right? So it was a traditional healer.
Okay.
So I had went to the okay, what is this? Sort of thing, and then that's when
It happened. And then I heard you saying that you gave up. Is this when depression took over?
Yeah, it took over. I had incidents in high school where I tried killing myself, but I never went to hospital.
Okay.
Right? I would just go to school and be like, and just the pills will just make me sleep and then I'll go home. I never ended up in hospital. 2018, I was like, I'm done. I overdosed. Also, I didn't go to hospital. I didn't have friends even. Like it was just me and my books. I read a lot of books and in my bed. So I drank pills, went to sleep. I was like hoping not to wake up. I woke up and I was pissed.
Why am I still here?
I was pissed because I woke up to the voice of my mom and she was shouting at me. Why are you making like it was hot?
Okay.
Why are you sleeping? I was like, wait, what? I'm still here. So I didn't go to hospital, and in 2019 I ended up in hospital two times, but I was not diagnosed. I don't know why. Right? I don't know why I was not diagnosed, but I went to Bara 2 times. And then 2020, that's when I was finally diagnosed with the 2 MDD and BPD. And then that's when the therapy started. When did you start feeling this sort of void in you? And it was at a very, very young age. That's when everything started making sense. Like, oh, okay, so this is basically me. But I was making nature. Like I was nurturing for the feelings of, no, I have depression, guys, I have anxiety, sort of thing. But then I realized one person gave me a lesson that in order for you to be saved, you need to want to save yourself.
True.
So in order for me to get help, I need to want to help myself. So with the help that I was getting hospital, I needed now to be like, I want to help myself, right? So 2019, it was bad. I was trying to get out of the whole, I'm depressed, trying to live my life, but I couldn't. 2020 also, that was that. And then 2020 in the end, like last year, November, December, actually I just woke up from then. Like I just woke up, I was like, I'm done living in my head. I'm gonna live my life to the fullest, and I'm not gonna focus on who's saying what and who's doing what. I'm just gonna do me, and we are here. We are winning in life. We are okay.
Definitely. So I just want to find out, I'm taking you back again. The 2 incidents, 2018. Is it not 19?
No, it's 2018.
2018. Yeah. No, the 2 incidents where you ended up hospital.
Oh yeah, 2019.
Yeah. So I just want to find out what happened there. What was different from the other times where you would wake up and realize that, I'm still here.
Then I feel like the only difference was that I needed saving, and I knew that I needed saving, so I made it clear that I overdosed on pills. Like I just made it clear to them, I overdosed on pills, and I knew I was gonna get the help.
Okay. So it was a cry for help.
Yeah, it was a cry for help, but nothing happened. My mom shouted at me, like a drama, I'm being dramatic, sort of things. I knew, okay, I'm not gonna get closure from my mom. I'm not gonna be able to talk to my mom, and I've never even been able to talk to my mom, my sister. and I mentioned that I was raped, and they were like, "Hey, you're not the drama, you've been drama." So then it was okay.
gosh.
So I've never even mentioned it to them ever again. Till this day, I haven't mentioned it to them ever again. Even last year when the same incident happened, and I didn't know what happened, like I can't explain it because I didn't know, but I know it happened. Right? Come up with, but I didn't know really. How did it happen? Wait, huh? And I told them.
Also, I'm feeling like, huh?
Yeah.
Eh?
Huh? What? And I told them like, I was like, I was in hospital again. That's when in hospital. That's when the whole thing. You know what? I'm done crying. I'm done with this thing. I'm done. I'm just gonna live my life. Whoever says what, like I'm just gonna live for me and no one else. Who takes me seriously? Thank you for taking me seriously. But if you don't, hey, it's cool.
I want to ask about that moment, but also how do I ask, because it's a moment.
It's a moment because it's so embarrassing. God, like it's the most embarrassing thing ever. So me and my ex, we had just broken up. It was a fighting thing. We were like, it's over. So I was going through the most. I had just turned 21 last year November.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, hey, let me just go to my bed, like visit a friend of mine, my friend Kada. I went there, visited Kada. There was a street bash.
Okay.
They say they have it every November or something. So there was a street bash. I went to that. And then got drunk. You know, you get drunk, you sleep. I was going through shit. Like I think I drank 2 bottles of Drosty Hoff. Like getting no salt, like you got class, like a crazy person. And then I think with gin, like I was just drinking, mixing alcohol, like. And then I went to sleep at Kara's place. There was like the grandma was not there. We were there chilling and then whatever. The next morning I go home. I'm fine. I go home. Go home. My ex is like, "Can we see each other? Can I see you?" I can, sure. At night, as we, you know how it goes. As we are about to have sex, the nigga finds a condom inside of me, and I'm like, huh? I did not have sex me. Like, and it was a thing of no, you lying. Now you lying, you just trying to save it. I'm like, dude, I got drunk, my money. I was not hooking up with anyone. I know I was not hooking up with anyone. And then there was the puzzling moment of, okay, so now think what happened.
And you can't remember till this day.
And I remember in my head, this side here, like it was hurting, like I bumped into something or something like that. It's like, dude, like I felt the discomfort, but I was like, I was
drunk. I was stupid drunk.
But I was so drunk, but I don't remember myself with anyone else. Like I legit don't, like that can't be. And then I over. Two days later, then not remembering and like just not being able to think and know what happened, but that being found in me, everything just got to me. I overdosed, went to hospital. I was all being and then every single time I've been in hospital 3 times. In all those 3 times, my family has never came to see me.
So you go to the hospital, they do whatever they need to do, and then you're discharged without them even coming?
Without them even coming, there's no, how are you? Even over the phone calls, nothing.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, the void of being in hospital. You know, hospitals are just it's
not a nice place.
It's not a nice place. And then you see people getting visitors, right?
They're loved ones.
Their parents coming, bringing them food, and when you just stay with your phone, playing a game or playing music with your headsets, no one is coming to check up on you. In all the 3 times I've been in hospital, no one has come to check up on me.
I have questions, from a few of my subscribers, The first one says, How different was dealing with a major depressive disorder before and after you were diagnosed?
Before it, I had a lot of things going on and I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
So it was confusing on, okay, I feel like I'm feeling like at that trauma. What's happening? Why am I thinking all these things? But after I was diagnosed, I was like, oh, okay. So Googling and stuff like that, I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is why I'm very, what's the word? Okay, when I think of I want to do something, I do it now. If I want to act crazy right now, if I want to spill you with the cold drink, I'm very, what's the word in English?
We don't know English, us we don't know
No,
it. Tell us.
There's this term, man. There's this term. So I'm like that. I don't remember the word, but I'm like that. Like I'm very, like I just do what I think. If you want to shop, like I'll shop. If you want to do this, I'll shop. I know. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is a lot of things happen, né? And you feel like when you just, it's your life, right? A lot of things are happening in your life, but you just feel like, no, wait, it's me. No, you feel like someone is taking control over your life. And
it's your life, but it's not your life.
But it's not. It's like when you're just watching and someone is just pushing you. No, go there, do this.
Oh, okay.
You don't feel anything. Like there's just that energy is not there. Basically, you just feel lost in your own world. You just feel lost.
So basically, things are better now that you've been diagnosed, because at first you didn't understand what was what.
Things are much better because now they give you I'm on antidepressants.
Okay.
So in a way you feel lighter, man. Like you wake up, you feel lighter. You just feel like life is hard, but it's not as hard as when you didn't have the pills. The pills make you feel like it's hard, but go move.
It's hard, but let's move.
Let's move.
Okay. And then how are your worst days? Your worst days before you were diagnosed and now?
My worst days before I was diagnosed, I would sleep all day and cry all day.
Okay.
But now I have a thing of I'm crying. You know you're gonna regret not doing this. You know you're gonna regret not finishing reading that book. You know you're gonna regret not finishing writing that poem. Why? No, don't do that. Like stand up, make the bed, and sit on it while it's clean, né? And then you put all your books there, and then you cry, but you cry doing something.
Yeah, while you move.
You spend the day, the day today we feel so into something. Not probably you're just chilling in bed, eating, not eating, crying.
So how you cope is you wake up and you show up even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah, you wake up and you show up. You just, hey, even though you like, I'm tired, but hey, I'm there. I'm tired, but I'm here. So.
Okay. And then another question says, what do you think is the most effective way of teaching our society, especially adults, about this illness, because a lot of people don't know much about it?
Wow. So last year when I decided, you need to show up for your life, you need to get up, you need to stop crying and feeling sorry for yourself. I decided to help an organization that it's just let's just get the word out there. This thing is real, it happens. Because most of our parents, they don't take us seriously. I think I have anxiety because of this, and it's serious. They don't take us serious. So help is basically, we just want the kids to know that these are the things that we go through, and these are the things that are there. And then somewhere, somehow, we might get the parents involved just for them to know that if your kid is dealing with this, this is the help that they need, and maybe this is what you could do for them. Because it's real. It's not something that they're making up. It's a mental thing. It's all here. We can do better.
Okay. And then the last question says, what was the most defining moment in your life, whether it before you were diagnosed or after? Just a moment where when you wake up on a good day, you feel like, I'm glad I'm still alive.
I don't have that moment.
Why do you think that is the case?
As much as life has been nice, right? As much as I've been happy and living, but I haven't had that defining moment. I'm working on it. Maybe before the end of this year, I'll have that moment. That piece I'm working on. Having something like, you know, I'm happy that I'm still alive because of this. But for now, I'm nothing.
Okay, so
life is nice though.
All right. So personally, from me to you, as someone that has also suffered or struggled with depression, and someone that started this channel because I was confused and I didn't know what is what, I would say for me, the defining moment when I look at you right now is the fact that you were able to. It's not easy, because one thing about depression or being unfortunate in life is that it takes away something from you. Like the excitement is not the same.
Yeah.
Everything that you go through, you're always waiting for that next moment that things could go wrong. But personally, I am so glad that I started this channel because of people like you, people that don't give up. Like, even when you have every reason in the world, like you could write a book, but you don't. So for now, please hold on to my defining moment until you get yours.
I will.
Yeah, so we are done. Thank you. Bye.